The so-called Occupy movement has declared today National Bank Transfer Day. It's a day where Occupy supporters hope people will close their accounts with some of the nation's largest banks in favor of putting their money into either locally owned banks or credit unions. Fox 6 News reporter Karen Church shows us how 75 protesters here in Birmingham have joined the national movement called We Are the 99%.
Banks got bailed out, we got sold out, streets are the 99%. Banks got bailed out, we got sold out,
The protesters were loud, all marching from Railroad Park in downtown Birmingham to a bank they fear is another corporation too big to fail, and in fact, it took bailout money in 2008.
A handful of these 75 protesters decided to close their accounts at local banks like Wells Fargo because they say they want local control of their money.
Wells Fargo is one of the four biggest banks remaining in America. Many people view it as one of the too big to fail banks now, so if in fact there is another crisis like there was in 2008, we're in even more trouble and the taxpayers are even more in debt than we already are.
we are 99%. Banks got bailed out, we got sold out.
As the diverse group of protesters went around the block, police told them to stay off the sidewalks to make sure they didn't block bank customers. At one point, the demonstrators even praised the police.
They are the 99%. They are the 99%.
Like many of the people involved in this movement, Julia Rogers is one of millions across the country who are passionate about what's happened to those involved in the Occupy movement.
Making their voices heard, I think that's the only way that we're going to send a message to the persons who need to hear from us.
This is our time. This is our time.
In Birmingham, Karen Church, Fox 6 News on your side.